Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoon Chat. I'm your host, Ghost Mostly. The chat is up and running. How's everybody doing today? I sucked yesterday. I was not good. I got to do better than that. I looked it up and it only had like 6 views. Thank God. Well, there's just further proof that I am not AI. AI would have done a better job yesterday than I did. I'm just saying. Afternoon Chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Exclusively on YouTube. The guest stars of the show are the people in the chat room. They determine what we talk about. The show has no script, no agenda. We can talk about anything you want to talk about, provided we stay within the community guidelines established by YouTube. When they're the only platform that we're on, we don't want to piss them off. The show's free. No midstream ads, no sponsors, no commercials of any kind. I'm not coming out with a line of merch. I'm not running for political office. I'm not trying to become an online influencer. I'm like an invisible placeholder for the show. I'm just here. No harm, no foul, right? So what's going on today, people? What do you want to talk about? First thing I need to do is put up a poll. Start a poll. Ask a question. What would be a good question for today? Let's see. All right. I got to come up with something better than that, man. In a yes or no format. Oh, yeah, I got to remember to capitalize things. I got to get my punctuation right. All right, there we go. There's the poll for the day. Should Pam Bondi resign? We'll see how that comes out today. At least I remembered to do a poll. That's, yeah, one. So what do you guys want to talk about? I was watching Pam Bondi all night last night. She was rude. She went to answer questions and failed to answer questions. Made a lot of sense. That's typical United States government, isn't it? So what's on your mind today? I was watching the Nancy Guthrie debacle at this point. I'm finding it harder to believe that she's still alive. With each passing day, it's not looking good. I'm hoping the FBI can track her down. I thought that when you had a pacemaker, I thought that hospital could track it. Maybe not. I wish that they'd find her, and I wish that she'd be safe. That's all I'm at. Well, I think the perpetrator, the kidnapper, needs to be behind bars to make society safer. Personal opinion. I don't want to see any kidnappers get away with it. So, what are you guys up to? It's 30 degrees outside. I hauled trash and checked the mail. I did not accomplish any of my paperwork last night. I called Krembelina today and asked for help. She's coming over tonight. I couldn't get the state's portal to work. I don't know why. Some of these things, they put in these safeguards, verify that you're a human. And then I click the box and then the page fails to load. And I end up verifying that I'm a human 10 different times, and I never get to the page that I'm trying to get to. Dysfunctional. They put the safeguards up, and then I can't get in. It's like child-proof caps. I can't get into some of them. I ended up having tacos last night. I know. Big difference from Italian. I just wasn't feeling the pasta. Tonight, I think I'm doing chicken. Who's got plans for Valentine's Day? Anybody? I don't. I was thinking about ordering pizza on Valentine's night. It's the 14th, right? So we got 2 days. And not too much else going on around here. 30 degrees, the snow's trying to melt. Sidewalk was clear. And I didn't have to put on a winter coat. I just threw on a windbreaker. And 30 degrees is almost like summertime when you've been in the dead of winter. It's not bad at all, actually. It's hot in here today. So what are you guys up to? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my microphone today. It's working, but it has little circles, and they're not going off today. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll figure this computer crap out eventually. Well, this show is only 5 months old. How much can one guy learn in 5 months? Hopefully, the government will calm down a little bit, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Well, the rate it's going, I'm expecting that they're going to bomb somebody again on Saturday. That's the way it looks to me. They just keep sending more of our military into the Indian Ocean, and Iran just seems to be oblivious. I don't know what Israel's doing. I don't think anybody does. They don't appear to have any real agenda other than to make war on everybody. That's the way it appears to me. I watched a little bit of the Enforcer channel last night. Not as much as normal. I didn't watch their whole show. I watched part of it. Well, the U.S. is closing bases in Syria. The mainstream media is not really talking about it, but 6 weeks ago they had 8 bases in Syria, and now they're down to 2. If you're unaware, the United States has changed sides in that skirmish. We were aligned with the Kurds, and they were pro-democracy. Now we've realigned with ISIS, and they're attacking the Kurds. And the U.S. is withdrawing from Syria. Well, this is Donald Trump. Gets halfway through and just changes sides. Kind of like what we did with Ukraine and Russia. We were on Ukraine's side. Now we're on Russia's side. The Trump regime, their foreign policy is anti-democracy. That's the way it appears to me. I mean, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree, but the way it looks to me, the United States is not pro-democracy. It's not pro-democracy. We're picking on our former allies and trying to make them into new enemies. And we are cuddling up with our old enemies and trying to make them allies. That is Donald Trump in a nutshell. His foreign policy is pro-dictator, anti-democracy. Iran is not really a dictatorship. It's more of a theocracy. Their religion runs their government. And it looks like ISIS is going to take over Syria. So I would think 3 or 4 years from now, they'll be, running around the world causing trouble again. Oh, the U.S. is also pulling their forces out of Iraq as well. We're withdrawing from Syria and Iraq, and we're stacking up to fight Iran. None of it makes any sense to me. I'm not fully versed in foreign policy. I thought that we should be nice to our allies and mean to our adversaries. And the Trump administration sees it the opposite way. They want to be mean to our allies and be nice to our adversaries. Globally, I think it makes us look unstable, unreliable, in my opinion. Hopefully, you guys sort this out better than I do. But it looks pretty disgusting and pretty depressing to me. I'm just starting my Gatorade. So what are you guys doing today? Well, I know somebody's making plans for Valentine's Day. It's so commercialized. Well, all holidays in America are commercialized now. Big business and corporations are going to make money off us no matter what we do. In my opinion, feel free to voice yours. You don't have to agree with me. The only perspective I have is one old man sitting on the one end of his couch. Okay. Well, hopefully other people see it clearer than I do, but from here it looks like the Republican Party is content with the way Trump is running the country. I don't see them reining him in any instance. I don't see them getting him to back off of anything. I see the courts trying, but it's kind of like spinning your wheels in the middle of a snowbank. You're not going anywhere. That's the way it appears. So what do you guys got going on? I finally caught up with Smiling Friends. I've seen 4 episodes now. It's dark humor. It's animated cartoon on HBO. They're little 10-minute segments, 15-minute segments, something like that. I smoke a bowl before I watch. I'm not recommending you guys smoke pot. I do, but it's legal. Well, as legal as it can be here in Michigan. I smoke cigarettes and pot. I don't recommend that you do either. Just because I do it doesn't mean that you should. That's your proof that I'm not AI. AI don't smoke. YouTube wants me to tell people to like and subscribe to the channel. If you can, go ahead. If you can't, don't worry about it. The channel will get there eventually. I did lose a subscriber yesterday, but I did a crummy show, so it's my own fault. That's the way I see it anyways. If I was perfect, I probably wouldn't be on TV. Personal opinion. No, I don't have any plans for this weekend, but our weather is warming up and the snow is trying to melt. So if it continues to melt like this, I'll probably get outside and go for a walk this weekend. Try to get some sunshine. It's hard to come by in the winter months. I supplement with vitamin D3, but I take it year round. I take D3, I take zinc and vitamin C and fish oil and collagen. Collagen is supposed to help with skin elasticity, which would be a good thing. The older you get, the thinner your skin gets for some reason. I guess it's part of the aging process. I really don't know. So what are your plans for the weekend? What do you guys got going on? I'm looking for Ultra to jump in the chat today. I want to find out whether she got her boyfriend or not. She's been hanging out with a guy for a couple of months and she likes him and wants him to become her boyfriend, but seems kind of odd that we're getting close to Valentine's Day and she's like trying to tie up loose ends before the holiday or something. I don't know if any other countries celebrate Valentine's Day or not. I know the United States does. But I have no idea about the rest of the world. Well, the next time somebody jumps in the chat from a foreign country, I'll try to remember to ask them. I don't have any plans for today. Other than Crumbleina coming over, I'll get off the stream and then I'll whip up my dinner real quick and then try to clean up before Crumbleina comes over, because then it's going to be all doing paperwork and bookwork and crap. She's a good friend and she's really good at paying attention to details. I'm not so detail oriented anymore. Yeah, I did not do anything great this morning. The only real chore I did was make the bed, haul the trash. Kind of having a lazy day. Well, it's midweek, Thursdays. Without Thursday night football, you know what I mean? I'm kind of lost. Football will be starting up soon enough here. Well, Sunday I'll be watching Tom Grossi, his charity stream. It starts on Sunday and it runs until he gets to $1 million. Probably take him about 7 or 8 days. That's my goal for him. He's a sports and comedian podcaster that's been online for about 11 years. I think the guy's funny. I think he's hilarious. He's young. I think 34, 35, something like that. Less than half my age. Well, half my age, pretty much. So what do you guys got going on? If you want to be able to chat, you need to go to YouTube and download that Discord app. According to my analytics, 85% of the people that watch this show watch it on their TV. Then they use another device to chat. Their phone, an iPad, or a computer of some type. People tell me that the latest TVs have the chat built into them and you can just use your TV remote, but I haven't seen it yet, and I'm not trying to tell anyone to go buy anything, so I'd say use the technology at hand. I don't have any agenda with this show. I don't have a script. I leave that up to the people in the chat. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. If no one gets in the chat, we're stuck with whatever happens to wander through my mind. Okay. And there's no telling what direction I'm going to go in. The only thing I really bring up on purpose is unity with your fellow man. There's no one on TV talking about it except me. But, working together with other human beings is why the human race has been so successful. That's how we get things built. That's how we get things done, is collaborating with one another in spite of all of our differences. All human beings have the same core. We all love our parents and our families, and we all want to improve for our future generations. Our core elements are all common ground. Everybody wants to live long and healthy and happy lives, But at the same time that we have all these core qualities in common, each individual human being is different. We are all unique. In my opinion, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing with people. There's nothing wrong with disliking people. But if your TV is telling you to hate other humans, you need to change the channel. Okay. You got no reason to hate other people. You can't get from dislike all the way to hate without having an uncontrolled fear. It's impossible. So if your TV is telling you to hate someone, they're not on your side. I disagree with Donald Trump a lot, but I'm not telling anyone to hate him. We have to tolerate him. He's in office. The American people elected him. Okay? We've got to get past it. You don't have to like your fellow human, but you do need to tolerate them. I don't care what task you're trying to perform. I don't care what your goals are. The keys to your success is to get more human beings on your team. The more human beings you have on your team, the more successful you will be, period. By getting other human beings on board with your agenda, your goals, your project, whatever it is, you lighten your workload and speed up your success. Most projects don't need money. They need more people. If you get more people, you succeed faster. If one guy wants to build a house, could take him a few years. But if he can get 1,000 guys to help him build that house, it ain't going to take a couple of years. Probably do it in 2 weeks. Depending on the quality of help, but help is a good thing. You need to tolerate your fellow human being in order to be able to get him on your team. The simplest explanation I have is you got like a small college and a large college. They go to play a sporting game, football, for instance. The larger team is going to win. They have more fresher athletes. The more people on your team, the sooner you succeed, the sooner you achieve all your goals. That's why we have cities. When you have cities, everyone lives in the same area and they work together. They build great things. Take a look at the skyline in your city. There's your proof. The human beings before you put their differences aside and work together. Well, this whole America First agenda saying that we don't need any other people to help us, destined to fail. Can't possibly succeed. Because in order to succeed, you need more humans, more people. We might be able to succeed in the long run, but it's going to take longer to achieve our goals. We're going to have to work harder to achieve our goals with America First. We will be more successful to allow more people on our team, plain and simple. The more human beings you get on your team, the lighter, the less you have to work personally, and the sooner you achieve success. All human beings are codependent on one another. All of us. You don't realize it, but we're all interdependent. Take a look. You rely on everybody. Walk over and hit your light switch, turn it on. Do you know all those people at the power company? You're relying on them every day. And they're dependable. They go to work every day. If your power goes out, those are the guys that get on it and get it repaired so that it gets back on. Same thing with the water company. You go turn on your faucet, water comes out. Fit to drink, safe to drink. Because of all those people at the water company that you depend on every day. They're on the job doing their job. If your water gets shut off, you call. They fix it. You're depending on those people. You don't know who they are. I don't know any of their names, but I know that they're reliable. All my life, I've been able to walk over and turn on a faucet. I've been able to walk over and flip on a light switch. We depend on one another every day, and we are reliable. Those people that are telling you to hate, they're telling you to fear and hate and be leery of other human beings. They're not your friends. The people at the water company, the people at the power company, the people at the restaurants, at the grocery stores, at the gas stations, at the banks, those are your friends. They're dependable. They're reliable. They're there every day. They make your life easier. It'd be pretty hard to fill your cupboards without a grocery store. Think about it. You're relying on those people to do their jobs, and they do them. When you walk into the grocery store, the shelves are full. You can buy as much as you want. That's a hell of a convenience. Without that grocery store, your life gets exponentially difficult. Without all those other human beings to rely on, if you didn't have electricity, if you didn't have running water, life gets a lot harder. You're relying on all these other human beings. How many people does it take to build a car? One guy's not doing it. Hundreds of guys, if not thousands of guys, went into making your car. Thank God they were all able to put their differences aside and work together. Those people on TV that are telling you to hate other human beings are not your friends. They are not smart people. In my opinion, those are the losers. You have no reason to hate people that you depend on every day. Think about it. If I go and I piss off the electric company and they shut off my electricity, I'm screwed. Where am I going to get power? Oh, I need those people for my quality of life. Gotcha. Now I understand. I need them all. I need all the people that build all the cars, all the people that build all the roads, all the people that do the wiring, all the people that do everything. I need them all for my quality of life. If I want to go out of the house, I have options. I can go bowling. I could go to a movie. I can go to a restaurant. I can go to a theater. I could go to school. I could go to work. I could unlimited amount of things that I can do, all dependent on other people. You can't wipe your butt without the guy that makes the toilet paper. So why are you supposed to hate him again? All of your modern conveniences are your proof. All of your quality of life comes from other people being on the job, being reliable, being dependable. And most of the people on your TV are telling you to hate your fellow man. Sorry, it's not necessary. What do you get for hating? Is there a reward I'm unaware of? Some kind of a prize? None that I know of. I'm not going to hate anybody. It gets me nothing. I achieve nothing by hating you. No reward, no prize, no pot of gold. Hate is a waste of time. All those people they're telling you to hate are your best friends. You just haven't met them yet. If you're Christian, they're telling you to hate the Muslims. If you're black, they're telling you to hate the whites. If you're French, they're telling you to hate the Germans. Why? What do you get for all that hate? You achieve nothing. Same thing with being angry. What do you get out of your anger? Nothing. No reward. I'm the angriest man on earth. What prize do I get? No reward. So why do it? There's no reason. It's legal if you want to. You can go stand in your front yard and you can yell at everybody that goes by. What's it get you? What do you achieve? Oh, it makes you feel better to lash out at other human beings? That's nice. Doesn't build anything. Hatred and anger are wrecking balls to our society. So why encourage them? You get nothing for them. They build nothing. Show me something on this planet that was built out of hatred, that was built out of anger. There is nothing. Tolerate your fellow human being. That's all you got to do. You don't got to agree with him. You don't got to like him. All you got to do is tolerate him. Why is that such a difficult task? It's a difficult task because you've got people in the media that are using your fears to divvy you up into little subgroups of humans. They do this to manipulate and control us. I'm not afraid of anybody. Why should I be? What do I get for being afraid of you? No prize, no reward. You cannot hate someone without an uncontrolled fear. It's impossible. Dislike is okay. But hatred, in order to get from dislike to hatred, you've got to have a dose of uncontrolled fear. And your uncontrolled fear, you lose all rational thought. You can't reason anything out. Your fear's in control, not your mind. When your fear's in control, you curl up in the corner, afraid to walk out of your apartment or your home. Control that fear and you can walk out the door and have a life. But if you don't learn to control that fear, you're going to be curled up in the fetal position, afraid of anything and everything. And you're never going to accomplish anything. You're not going to have any quality of life. You watch the news in the United States of America, they're making you think there's a gunman on every corner in America. Newsflash, there's not. We have a lot of guns, and there is crime. Don't get me wrong. But it's not in every corner of America. The good guys still outnumber the bad guys by a lot. Back in the 70s, one of the colleges, I don't remember which one, did a study. They published their findings, and that's how I read them. But in essence, what they said is, in the history of America, no matter how many laws we pass, and we pass these laws to deter crime. No matter how many laws we pass, 7% of our population is what we can consider felony criminal. Not speeders or jaywalkers. I'm talking about armed robbers. Felony criminals. Steal your car. Felony criminals. 7% of the population. This study said no matter how many laws they pass, 7% of the population is criminal. They said no matter how militarized the police departments get, that figure never moves. It's 7% of the population. I know that they tell you crime is on the rise, crime is on the decline. It's not. It's a constant 7% of the population. They shift the numbers. They, oh, let's put more crimes in. Let's take less crimes out. Let's try to adjust these numbers to make us look good. 7% of the population in America is criminal. And out of that 7%, 2 million of them are already behind bars. Between federal, state, and local jails, 2 million in jail in this country. What we can glean from that information is that if only 7% of us are criminal, 93% are not criminal. Think about that. 9.3 for every one bad guy. That's almost 10 to 1. When you figure that the 2 million bad guys are already behind bars, I'm rounding it up, but I'm saying 10 to 1. Good guys outnumber the bad guys. So tell me again why I need to curl up in the corner, afraid to walk out my front door, when the good guys outnumber the bad guys by 10 to 1? I'm not seeing it. But if you watch the news, all they're showing you are the bad guys. And they're going to keep on showing them to you because they can use your fears to control and manipulate you. If I can scare you, I can get you to do the things I want you to do. That's what they're telling you. If I can scare you, I can get you to do what I want you to do. So stop letting me scare you. Control your fears and enjoy your life. Am I saying walk outside and hold $1,000 in cash in midair and just wait until somebody comes up and takes it? No. You still need to keep your wits about you. A little bit of fear is common sense, but not uncontrolled fear. When you have uncontrolled fear, you can't stay within society's boundaries. Society's boundaries, we have laws and we have rules, and you must stay within those boundaries, or society, by design, squashes you like a bug. You must control your fears When you control your fears, you can use common sense, you can use your intelligence. But when your fears have control, all that common sense and intelligence is tossed out the window. The fear is in control. Think about it. We have guns here in the United States. Just about everybody's got one or two. It's legal. It's legal for you to own the gun. But if you're afraid, if your fears are in control, you might walk out into your front yard and point that gun at anybody that goes by, just in case they're thinking about attacking you. But that is illegal. You can't point a gun at somebody unless they are threatening you. Legally. If you're standing in your front yard pointing a gun at people that aren't threatening you, our society is going to land on you like a ton of bricks. They're going to come in and they're going to take away your gun, and they're going to put you in for a psychiatric hold. They're saying this guy's lost his marbles. He can't control his fears. His rational thinking is not in control. His fears are in control. He's no longer coloring inside the lines of our society. He is straight outside of the lines now, and we're going to stop that as a society. You color outside the lines, society squashes you like a bug. You must keep your fears in check. It's like when your kid calls you in, "Daddy, I'm afraid of the dark. Turn the nightlight on." You need to open the closet and show him there's no monsters. Show him under the bed, no monsters. You need to reassure him, "I'm going to be in the next room all night. I'll be there in the morning when you wake up. You're safe." I must teach that child to control his fears and to control his imagination. If he can learn to control his fears and his imagination, he can always function within society's boundaries. But if I don't teach him to control those fears and to control his imagination, he's not going to be able to function within the boundaries of our society. His rational thinking will be tossed out the window, and his fears will be in control of all of his thoughts. We need to control our fears. A little bit of fear is okay. It's good. A little bit of fear keeps you from stepping off a cliff. A little bit of fear keeps you from walking down a dark alley at 4 o'clock in the morning. Can save your life. Little bit of fear is good. But when the fear has control over your rational thinking, you cannot separate what's real and what's imaginary. When the fear is in control, your rational mind is not. And that's when you stray outside the boundaries. And every time you stray outside the boundaries, our society, by design, is going to come for you. They're going to take your weapons away and lock you up. You're a danger to society because you cannot control your fears and your imagination. If they've radicalized you to the point where you cannot control your fears, you need to get some counseling. You need to get some help. In my opinion, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. You don't have to agree with me to be in the chat. But I'm telling you, you've got to control your fears. You've got to control your imagination. And you've got to stay within the law, within the boundaries of our society, or you're not going to be able to function. That's my opinion. Feel free to voice yours. If you need to go to YouTube and download that Discord app in order to chat, please do so. But I'm telling you, you must control your fears in order to function in our society. If the good guys still outnumber the bad guys by 10 to 1, it's easy to control your fears. You should be able to walk out your front door, go to the gas station, go to the grocery store, go to a restaurant, go anywhere you want to go, do whatever you want to do, and come back home safely. Quality of life. When you open your front door, you've got options. There are things you can do because of your fellow human beings. They're all on the job. They're all reliable. They're all dependable. The restaurant's going to be open. The gas station's going to have gas. The traffic signals are going to be working. You're relying on other human beings and you don't even know who the hell they are. So tell me again why you're supposed to hate them? The poll today is on Pam Bondi. I dislike her. I do not agree with her, but I do not hate her. In order to have hate, I would have to fear her, and she don't scare me in the least. She's in a position of power, but she can't touch me. I've got the United States Constitution, okay? She can bang her head against a brick wall if she wants to, but she's not going to take my civil rights. You don't need to fear other human beings. You need to control your fears, control your imagination, and quality of life is still there. It's still available. You still have options when you open your front door. Fear is something that all human beings have, But a little bit of fear, a fear that's in control, is okay. A fear that you cannot control is not okay. It's a detriment because you cannot use your rational thought. You don't know right from wrong when you're that scared. You need to tolerate your fellow human being. You don't have to like them. You don't have to love them. And you don't have to hate them. You need to tolerate them. Tolerating your fellow human being is not that difficult. You do it every day when you go to the job. Tolerate your fellow man. I remember I was working in a casino back in the day, and I was up for promotion, and they hired from off the street instead of promoting from within. The guy that hired in found out that as soon as he got there that I was up for the promotion and didn't get it. He was afraid of me. He was afraid I could take his job. So he wanted to make my life miserable and get me to quit. Quitting that job was not possible. I didn't have anything else lined up. So while he's going into work every day, acting the ass, trying to make my life difficult, trying to get me to quit, quitting was not in my plan. My bills were due. I needed to get those hours in. I needed that paycheck. I had to tolerate him until such time as I found something else that I could go and do and make more money, make an improvement on my life. I couldn't just quit. If I just quit, my bills were due. It's going to destroy my life. I was forced to tolerate him. I wasn't happy. But I had to tolerate him. I couldn't walk up and hit him in the mouth. Our society doesn't allow that. So while he's lashing out at me every day, trying to make my life miserable, trying to make me quit my job, I was unable to lash out at him. I just had to tolerate him and all his bullshit. Do I dislike the guy to this day? Yes, I do. But I don't hate him. I get no prize for hating. I get no reward, so I'm not going to do it. I choose to control my fears. I'm an adult. Adults control their fears. If you can't control your fears, how can you drive down a 2-lane road with traffic coming the other direction? The only thing separating you is a 4-inch line of paint, and you're both doing 70 miles an hour? If you can't control your fears, how are you going to drive? You must control your fears to function in our society. When you function in our society, you have options when you open your door, and life is good. Life can be very enjoyable. You can find great value and joy. It starts by controlling your fears. And you cannot hate people and still be in control of your fears. Normal human beings aren't sitting around on their couch thinking about hurting other people. Are you sitting around thinking about hurting other people? No. Normal people don't do this. Radicalized people do this. People that can't control their fears do this. I'm not radicalized. And I'm not going to be radicalized. You can't pay me to hate you. It's impossible. I refuse. Because I can't hate you without fearing you. And you don't scare me. I'm trying to tell you that all these people you see on TV using your fears to control and manipulate you are not your friend. Unity is your key to success. You don't have to like one another. You simply need to tolerate one another. It's not too much to ask. Take a look. The more people you get on your team, the better off you are. I wear black t-shirts and gray t-shirts. Only the V-necks. You might wear a crew neck and your t-shirt might have a logo on it, or maybe it's a white t-shirt. If I want to get you on my team, I'm going to have to get past the fact that you like crew necks. I'm going to have to get past the fact that you like white t-shirts. And at the same time, you're going to have to get past the fact that I like V-necks and black or gray t-shirts. It's not too much to ask. If we can both get past those differences, we can work together. And when we work together and collaborate, we can build great things. If we cannot work together and we cannot collaborate, what are we going to build? Nothing. Or very little at best. If you and I both want to build a house and we do it separately, we can compete. Who can get done faster? Who can build the better house? Could take us years. But if you and I decide we're going to build these two houses, let's go get some other people to help us. And we hire 1,000 people. We get 1,000 people on our team. We can build our houses. Boom, boom. They're both done in no time. We both succeed. We both achieve our goals. All we had to do was tolerate one another and tolerate all the people that we hired to help us. Tolerance is your key to success. Plain and simple. If you're trying to do something, I don't care what your task is, what you need is more human beings, more people on your team. When you put other people on your team, you lighten your workload and you speed up your success. Plain and simple. I didn't invent this. Our society knows this. But if you turn on TV, all you're going to see is crime, conflict, anything that will stimulate your fears. These people that own the TV channels want to divvy you up into smaller subgroups. There is one human race on this planet. And they want to divvy you up into different subgroups. Christians over here, Muslims over here. One human race. Everything else is a subgroup. Democrat, Republican, black, white, rich, poor. Subgroups. A fraction of the whole. If you're going to limit yourself to only being around Democrats, only having Democrats in your life, only doing business with Democrats, what are you doing? You're inhibiting your success. Remember, you need to get more people on your team. If you're a Democrat, you need Republicans on your team. If you're a Republican, you need Democrats on your team. The more people on your team, the less you have to work and the quicker you succeed and achieve all your goals. Our current government is dysfunctional because these people cannot tolerate one another. They actually refuse to tolerate one another. That's why I'll suggest that we vote them all out of office, Democrats and Republicans. Don't re-elect any of them. We need a fresh group of people. Take out the trash, get all the ones that refuse to work together and toss them out of office. Get all new people in there and let's see if they can work together. The more people you get on your team, the less you have to work and the faster you achieve all your goals. Plain and simple. You don't want to be an exclusive club. You want to be an inclusive club. Let everyone join our team. We don't have to work as hard, and we achieve all of our goals faster. So tell me again why you want to limit immigration into the United States. You don't want that foreigner to be on your team. You don't want him to take and pay part of your tax burden. You don't want him to provide a service or an industry that you could depend on. They want you to be afraid of that immigrant. They want you to be scared so that you cannot control your fears, and it makes it easier for them to manipulate you. I don't care what your task is, you need more people. If you've got a factory and you're building something and you have 100 employees, and with that 100 employees, you're making whatever you're building, you're making 100 units per month. You're being successful. How much more successful could you be if you expanded and you had 200 employees? Could you make 200 products a month? Could you double your success by including more people? Hello? So tell me again why you put a cap on hiring people. Tell me again why you don't want your business to succeed. It makes no sense. You need more people on your team, period. I don't care what your team is. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care what your task is. You need more human beings on your side. You will speed up your success rate and achieve all your goals faster. So tell me again. Tell me again, why? Why don't you want more people in the United States? Oh, when you want to walk out your front door, you want less options available in your life. You think that's to your advantage? I don't. When I walk out my front door, I want more options. I don't want less. How do I get more options? I need more people. If you live in Hicksville, Ohio, you've got a limited number of restaurants. If you live in New York City, you have a bunch more restaurants, a lot more options. The bigger your city, the more options you have. Oh, New York's crowded. We don't want any more people here. Duh. You want to limit your options now, huh? Makes no sense, son. You're pissing against the wind, son. Stop it, okay? You're hurting yourself. You're shooting your own human race in the foot. If you want better quality of life, you need more people in your town. When you have more people in your town, you have more options when you open your front door. Plain and simple. Options are good. The more options I have, the better I feel. I used to live in Vegas. I used to like to go out to the casinos and go to the show. If I send ICE in to close down those shows and get rid of those people, I actually have less options. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I want those people in those shows. I like having all those options. So your war against diversity, equity, inclusion is going to limit your options. In my opinion, feel free to jump in the chat and disagree. I mean, that's what this show's all about. This is an inclusive channel. I'd like it to succeed. It will succeed by being inclusive. If I make it an exclusive club, what happens? I shoot my own channel in the foot. Okay. I want more people. You want more people. We all want more people. More people gives us better options, better choices. What if the only restaurants in your town served Chinese food? You've got 10 restaurants, but they all serve Chinese food. You wanted to go to breakfast. You wanted eggs, meat, and potatoes, toast, and coffee. You need more people. You need more restaurants so that you have more options. You need to diversify your town. You need to get other individuals, other people to open other restaurants so that you have a wide variety of options. That is to your advantage. It adds to your life. It's not a detraction. You're not losing, you're gaining. These people that are lying to you, telling you immigrants stole your job, no, they didn't. Those immigrants enhanced your life. That restaurant couldn't have been open without a dishwasher. Sharon, how are you? Good to see you, girl. What's shaking? I am mellow today. I really am. It might not show, but I'm very mellow today. I slept well. I'm speaking about just being tolerant of each other. That's all it takes. I don't have to like everybody, but I do need to tolerate everybody. If I can tolerate them, I can work with them. If I can work with them, I can achieve all my goals faster and easier. To me, it's common sense, but every time I turn on TV, they're telling me I got to hate other people. And I'm just not seeing why. There's no prize. I get nothing for it. Whereas if I can tolerate other people, I can build something with them and take it home and add to my quality of life. In my opinion, It's the only thing that matters, is to teach each other to tolerate one another. Get past our differences. I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat. I'm fine with that. I don't care if you're black or white. I don't care if you're Muslim or Christian. I don't care if you're rich or poor. I can get along with you. We could work together. We can live together. We can function in the same society. Tolerance is the key. Tolerate, don't hate. Hatred and anger are society's wrecking balls. They destroy everything they touch. They build nothing, and you get nothing out of them. In my opinion. I'm glad you voted on the poll. I'm going to try to do a poll every day. I got to train myself, All this stuff is new to me. And starting a poll every day is another option that I have that I'm going to take advantage of from now on. I don't know, maybe it'll help the channel. It can't hurt. That's the way I see it. So what are you and Bill doing for Valentine's Day? Anything romantic planned? Get Bill to leave his hearing aid on? Wouldn't that be romantic? I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day. And tonight I got to do book work. I got to do my yearly report for my corporation. Very exciting stuff. I'm going to, Crumbleina is going to come over after bingo. Yeah, Bill doesn't seem to be the romancing type. You never know. He might buy you some flowers or something. A miracle could happen. The band breaks down in front of the florist. He has to go in. They force a free dozen roses on him. I'm teasing, Bill. I apologize. It's out of love, okay? We always pick on the ones we care about, right? Yeah, I really don't have any plans. I'm thinking about making chicken for dinner. And then I got to clean up before Crumbleina. I don't want to reveal Crumbleina's identity. She's just my friend that used to be a waitress at the restaurant that I like. I'm sure you know her, but her name is not nickel or dime. or quarter or 50-cent piece. Yeah, she is very, very sharp, and she pays attention to detail, which I find really hard to do. And on this state website, I can't remember how to sign in. I don't remember my password or any of that garbage. And I keep trying to get signed in and I can't get signed in. So I called for reinforcements. I get more people to come and help so that I can achieve my goal. Kind of what I was just talking about. But I'll tell her that you guys said hi. She's coming over after bingo. Yeah, bingo is her priority. I'll tell her that you're in the chat. She'll get a kick out of it. She's the one that helped me set all of this up. She's the reason I actually have a podcast. Okay. She's that sharp. I think, I don't know. I think she and I have been friends for about 7 years, 8 years. I lose track of time. Yeah, it's the complex holds bingo night on Thursdays. Yeah, I went to bingo once. You know, it's really not my. I can't pay attention to that many cards. I get to yakking with people, and then I miss numbers, and I get all behind, and then I start feeling flustered. You know. And Crumbelina will sit there and she'll reach over in front of me and start flicking my cards. And she's saying, "You missed that one. You missed that one too." And there's only like a half a dozen people that show up. She's actually calling the numbers tonight. I should go in and play with her cards and win while she's calling. That would be funny. And I'll tell her that you thought it up. You came up with the plan. I'm teasing. I'm not going to bingo. It's not my cup of tea. Well, they don't have a pretty boys section, so I wouldn't know where to sit. And she was telling me, "You got to do this, you got to do that." And I said, "Just come over and fix it, please." Actually, while she's calling bingo, I'm going to cook dinner and clean up. I need to get my dishes done before she shows up. Otherwise, she'll rag on me for putting off my chores. I'm real good at putting off my chores, let me tell you. But since I moved into this complex, she's like, helps me with everything. She actually helped me get into this complex. But she'll get a kick out of the fact that you're in the chat. She gets in once in a while. Not very often. Well, she's always busy. She's running around doing stuff. One of the most active people I know. A lot more active than me. YouTube tells me I need to tell people to please like and subscribe to the channel. Afternoon chats on Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Streamed exclusively on YouTube. It's a free channel. There are no commercials. The show does not have a script. It does not have an agenda. We can talk about anything the people in the chat want to talk about, as long as we stay within the community guidelines that YouTube has established. I'm not coming out with my own line of merchandise. I'm not selling you anything. I am giving you a platform, the ability to speak your mind to the world. Since I've been doing this for 5 months, I've talked to people in 9 different countries. Indonesia, Turkey, Latvia, Hungary, England, United Kingdom. I'm leaving a bunch out. I can't remember them all. Ireland. Trying to think of who else. Most of our viewers are young, but I think that they're just more technology savvy, I think a lot of people my age, ham radio is cool. I was on there years ago. I was on ham radio in the 70s. I was known as WT, Woman Taker. Back in the day, that was my handle. I was kind of a wild child. I outgrew it. Ham radio used to be a big deal, especially for truckers. And I used to hitchhike around the country for 5 years. I did that. Rode with a lot of truckers. And they were always on the radio. Well, CB came from ham, though, right? Ham started it all. I believe, anyways. Ham is just international, whereas the CB was domestic, right? ham radio, they used to be real big monstrosities. And then when they came out with CBs, they were just little bitty things that plugged into the dash of your vehicle. But now look where we're at. We got a 5-second delay all the way around the planet. And I'm sitting in my living room on my couch. The video added is nice twist to it. I wish the CB radio could have come out with that. It's all about communication, connecting with other people. Well, I hope you guys like the show. I tell people it's kind of like a blind man that just bought a new house. I'm just kind of feeling my way around, trying not to walk into too many walls, trying to figure it out. Yeah. Well, now with cell phones, it's FaceTime. That's what people want to do, is FaceTime with one another. I don't do anything on my phone. When I chat, I prefer the bigger screen of my laptop. The font's larger and I can see it. On the phone, the font is too small. The older I get, the worse my eyes get. As a matter of fact, I just got a text from my optometrist. And it's time for me to go in and see if my eyes have changed over the last year. Doesn't bother me to wear the glasses, but I have two different pair. The exact same frames. But this one is for reading. I need it to read the chat. My other one is for distance. I used to run into people and they say, I waved to you from across the grocery store and you didn't wave back. And I was like, well, I didn't see you. If I'd have saw you, I'd have waved back. Now I got the glasses. But it really bugs me wearing them in the winter because they get cold. And it freezes my nose, and then my nose starts running all winter. They need to find a way to put little heaters in these pads that rest on your nose. A lot of people nowadays wear contacts. I don't like to put anything in my eye. And I definitely don't like the bifocals. But I like being able to see. That's always a plus. The show's called Afternoon Chat, Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll find this to be an inclusive channel. Everyone's opinion is welcome. If I'm talking about something and you want to change the subject, jump in the chat. I'll pivot on a dime. I don't have a script or an agenda. I'm just not going to stream dead air. So I have a tendency to ramble on. I choose to ramble about unity, tolerance of your fellow man. I think that's the key to us having a successful future on this planet, is being able to tolerate one another. Personal opinion, my own perspective, that's all I can offer you. Well, that and the opportunity to voice your perspective. I enjoy doing this. When I decided to do it, I made a commitment to myself that I'd give it 3 years. I figured that would be a valid attempt at becoming successful. I figured anything less than 3 years is, ridiculous. The guys that I see online that are successful dealing with the chat have all been in the game a long time. I watch a guy named Mike Kimber. Oh, I'm very concerned for this Nancy Guthrie. I mean, very concerned. I just got a notification that there was something changed. I'll have to look it up after I get off the stream. But yeah, I've been following that real close. I've been getting in a chat room in their local area there in Tucson and talking to the people about it. I believe the guys that did this are local to them in Tucson. And I believe that they got to be feeding her fast food. If she's still alive, that she's living off of fast food, because these guys aren't compassionate. They're not going to cook for her. I went through it and I came up with a number of ideas. I was thinking that these guys knew how to disable the cameras, so I figured they have a Ring camera. I figured they had to be real estate people with knowledge and a level of comfort walking up to a property they've never been on. Nowadays, you don't approach somebody's home. There could be a dog, there could be a gun. I'm figuring this is a professional, someone that's done some delivery work. I estimated it'd be a man. I was thinking a realtor or a broker who was an underachiever, but still highly educated. I'd say a college grad, former athlete, white male, 55 plus, with a struggling, failing business. But they got to be keeping her someplace that's got power, got to have plumbing, and it's got to be close enough that they can shuttle her fast food every day. I was starting to obsess about it, so I had to back off a little bit. Okay. I wanted to go on Google Maps and start trying to figure out how to track her down. She's got to be within 50 miles. They abducted her. They put her in their vehicle. They're not going to drive for more than an hour. They're too high risk having her captive in their car. 95% of all drug arrests come in motor vehicles. So the police are always on the lookout for anyone that makes a mistake, and they can pull them over. I believe that they took her somewhere. I'm figuring it's probably someplace with a basement or an underground level of something. And I don't figure that they're staying at the same location. I believe they're living somewhere else, and they've got her captive in an empty location. I was thinking that I could search the commercial real estate that was vacant in the area. I put all this stuff in their chat room, in their local chat room. I'm assuming that the FBI was monitoring it, and thus, gleaned all my possible ideas. But I spent a lot of time thinking on this. I was pretty obsessed. I pray for her. I hope she's okay, honey. I really do. Well, my father's 87. Nancy is 84. Yeah. All right, I got to wind down the show. Thank you guys for showing up today. I appreciate all my viewers. I really do. Appreciate the likes and the subscribes. It's supposed to help the channel with YouTube somehow. I don't really get it. But I do appreciate all of you. I'm happy that you were here today. I'm happy I got to chat with you. Our star of the day, Sharon Kirks. She was the only one in the chat today. She stole the show. I love it. Thank you for your time. I'll say to you, be safe, be happy, find some joy in your life. Love somebody. I dare you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for your time and consideration. Bye.